It was an ordinary Monday. A volunteer astronomer sat at his kitchen table in Columbus, Ohio. In front of him lay a stack of papers filled with columns of numbers. This was a tedious ritual he had performed countless times before, reviewing the computer printouts from a radio telescope that had been passively listening to the cosmos for years. But that evening, something was different. Buried within the chaos of data, he noticed a vertical column of characters. With his red pen, he circled the sequence 6EQUJ5 and wrote one word in the margin. Wow! That singular annotation, scrawled on a kitchen table in suburban Ohio, would become the most famous mark in the annals of science. Nearly 50 years later, no one has fully explained what caused it. The year was 1977, and Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope, stretching across 3 football fields, was dedicated to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Despite being the longest-running program of its kind, it operated on thin budgets, mostly ignored by the scientific community. Yet, on that fateful night of August 15th at 11:16 p.m., the telescope received something extraordinary. Jerry Ehman, a volunteer and professor, found it days later, sifting through pages of printout. The sequence 6EQUJ5 stopped him cold. To understand the signal's significance, we must know how Big Ear encoded signal intensity. Blank spaces indicated near zero. Numbers represented increasing strength, and letters were assigned to even stronger signals. The characters 6EQUJ5 told an astonishing tale. 6 indicated a moderate signal, E represented intensity 14, Q was a remarkable 26, U soared to 30, and J faded back down to 19, concluding with a 5. At its peak, the intensity was over 30 times stronger than the surrounding cosmic noise, a number later revised to above 250 Janskys. But it wasn't just the intensity that was remarkable. The signal came through at a frequency of approximately 1420 MHz, known as the hydrogen line, the most common frequency in the universe. In 1959, physicists had theorized that if extraterrestrial civilizations existed, they would likely broadcast on this frequency. As the signal persisted for exactly 72 seconds, intensifying for 36 and then fading for 36 more, it fit the pattern produced by a fixed celestial source as Earth's rotation swept through its beam. The signal only appeared on one of 50 possible channels, narrowband and precise, from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. The Ohio SETI team shared this news, electrified by the implications. Yet, when they turned the telescope back to the coordinates, they were met with silence. Major telescopes worldwide, including the Arecibo Observatory, continuously pointed to those coordinates, listening in vain for decades. To this day, the signal has never recurred. 5 serious theories have emerged, each assessed honestly and thoroughly. The first posits extraterrestrial intelligence. This explanation is the most dramatic, presenting a compelling circumstantial case. However, critics note the absence of a repeat detection and the lack of signals on other frequencies, suggesting that an alien beacon might ideally repeat. The second theory suggests terrestrial radio interference, a stray signal from satellites or military transmissions. This hypothesis faltered as no other radio telescopes detected the signal simultaneously. The third theory proposed a comet's hydrogen cloud. Yet this was rejected because a comet would have produced a diffuse signal rather than the sharp, narrowband one received. The fourth theory involved interstellar scintillation, an ongoing cosmic signal amplified by gas clouds. While this was deemed a possible contributor, it alone could not explain the signal. The fifth theory, developed more recently, involves a magnetar hydrogen maser. Despite its scientific grounding, this explanation remains unproven. In August 2025, on the 48th anniversary of the WOW signal, new findings emerged. Research suggested that signals from 1977 and 1978 showed similar characteristics, and the original signal was stronger than previously thought. Yet the haunting irony endures. The telescope that detected this cosmic mystery was demolished, not through budget cuts, but for real estate development. In the end, volunteers preserved the paper records, digitizing them for posterity. The myths surrounding the signal are nearly as captivating as the science. Some claim government agencies have more information, though no evidence supports this notion. On August 15, 2012, a response was sent back to the signal's origin, but it will take thousands of years for an answer to return. And so, we stand at a crossroads in understanding. The theories remain unsettled, with extraterrestrial intelligence still a possible, yet unproven, hypothesis. The paradox deepens. The better the signal fits the profile of an alien transmission, the harder it becomes to explain naturally. What whispers from the cosmos were captured for a mere 72 seconds on that fateful night? We are still listening, hoping for answers that may never come.